Hi guys, I am Teacher Gina and I am a master teacher for almost 6 years. So today, I would like to give clarification about DepEd Order number 15, series of 2026. It is regarding our assessment tool na gagamitin natin sa ating mga mag-aaral. A lot of questions and even misconceptions are spreading online regarding how we structure our written test, performance task, and table of specifications. Let's clear off these guidelines step by step. First, let's address some common misconceptions spreading online, like posts claiming that a table of specs is not needed for ST1 and ST2 or that an ST can be just a performance activity. Let's clarify what the official policy actually states. First question, is a TOS required for ST1 and ST2? The answer would be yes. Section 26 explicitly mandates that examinations such as STs and TE shall be teacher-made, competency aligned, and based on the lesson actually covered. To guarantee competency alignment and proper test item distribution across cognitive levels, a table of specification is required for all written summative examinations. This includes ST1, ST2, and term exam. Ito pa yung isa sa pinaka nagbibigay ng confusion sa ating mga teachers na nakita ko online. Talagang nagpa-viral pa nga eh. Ang sabi, yun daw, summative test ay pwedeng performance task at pwede daw pen and paper, which is very wrong. Kasi ang summative test, talagang pen and paper yan, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina. So again, under DepEd Order number 15, 2026, magkaiba po ang components, ang grading components ng summative test at yung performance. So hindi talaga pwedeng maging performance. Summative test fall under examinations or EX, along with our term examinations. While performance task fall under the products. Ayan, tingnan nyo yung ating infograph. So, pag sinabi natin products, performance task, PTs, component, they measure practical application skills and creative outputs. For example, you will assess your week 1 to 3 using hands-on project and practical demonstration. I-record nyo siya under performance task. It cannot replace our required summative test which falls under examination. Now, let's look at how we sequence our summative test. Yung week 1 to 3 natin, nagbigay tayo ng summative test number 1 last July 6. So, na-cover niya ang week 1, 2, 3. Then, we gave our summative test 2 last July 28. And it covered week 4, 6. Tanong, what will be covered in our term examinations? If ST1 covers week 1 to 3 and ST2 covers weeks 4 to 6, what about weeks 7 to 11? And what goes into the first term examination at the end of week 11? Let's look directly at Section 26 of DepEd Order number 15, Series 2026 for our official answer. It says here that examinations such as the STs and TE shall be teacher-made, competency aligned, and based on the lessons actually covered. STs and TE shall be administered at key points within the term to support cumulative evaluation of learning. The TE shall be administered during the final instructional days of the term and shall primarily cover competencies taken after the second ST, while also including selected critical or least mastery competencies from earlier parts of the term. So to break this policy down into our practical planning, week 7 hanggang 11 will receive primary focus sa ating TE. But why? Because competencies taken from week 7 to 11 occur after the second ST. They form the main content block for the term examination. While yung weeks 1 hanggang 6 natin are retested selectively. Kasi nga, di ba sabi, we have to review our item analysis from ST1 and ST2 to select only the critical and least mastered competencies to reassess on the term exam. Kaya, kung babalikan natin yung pinaliwanag ko kanina, kailangan ba talaga o hindi ng TOS, the answer will be yes. Hindi pwedeng wala. Ngayon, let's talk on how are we going to create our table of spec for our term examinations. Here is how we build our 40-item table of specs. Sa grade 4 po kasi 40 item, pero syempre, nakadepende sa inyo. Ilang item yung required sa inyo, iyon yung gagawin nyo, iyon yung susundin po ninyo. So, ito yung example ko. Weeks 1 to 3 ko, 15% lang. Weeks 4 to 6, 15%. Weeks 7 to 11, 70%. 15, 15, 70, total of 100. So, ito yung item count nila. Weeks 1 to 3, 6 items lang ang lilitaw sa term exam ko. Weeks 4 to 6, 6 items lang din ang lilitaw sa term exam ko. Pero the rest, yung 28 items, lahat yun ay from weeks 7 to 11. Now, you might want to ask, is this 70-30 split fixed in DepEd Order number 15, 2026? My answer would be no. Sa Section 26 po, it does not set a rigid percentage. Instead, it uses flexible terms, stating that the term exam shall primarily cover new lessons while including selected critical competencies from earlier weeks. This gives our schools and teachers flexibility to adjust the percentage split based on actual instructional context and student needs. So, dahil hindi naka-fix yung 70-30 split natin, although it is recommended, pwede naman natin siyang gawing 60-40 split. Pwede din naman siya na 50-50 split. As long as our TOS reflects that week 7 to 11 are given substantial priority as the unexamined block and weeks 1 to 6 are chosen strictly based on item analysis data, our assessment will be 100% compliant sa ating DepEd order. And finally, remember our standard DepEd cognitive level distribution. 60% easy, 30% average, and 10% difficult. So 1 to 14 na test item for grade 4, ang easy namin ay 24 items. Ang average is 12 items at 4 items para sa difficult. So ito na lang yung final say ko sa inyong lahat. When you design your term examinations and your TOS using these guidelines na ipinaliwanag ko, I'm pretty sure na ang examination nyo ay fair, valid, and fully compliant sa DepEd policies natin.